Hello everyone, welcome to today's session on what's new in Jira Service Desk, Opsgenie, and Statuspage. My name is Ravi Tharasai. I lead marketing for our IT service management solutions, and I'm going to be joined in a moment by my colleague Darren Henry. He leads marketing for our IT operations solutions. We're really excited to share all the new updates. We're disappointed obviously not to share this in person, but we hope you're all doing well and staying safe. Today, what we're going to do is give a very brief overview on how we see the trends affecting IT teams today, a brief primer on each of these three products in case you're not fully familiar with them, and then we'll dive into all of the new exciting functionality in each of these products. So let's dive in on some of the key trends that we're seeing today. IT is really shifting in the era of software. Today, you're dealing with a highly dynamic infrastructure driven by trends in cloud, and not only cloud, but containers, container orchestration. And this is causing a highly dynamic environment that's hard to track. You can't track it with a spreadsheet like maybe you could with a static environment in the past. You're also dealing with highly iterative ways of working, influenced by agile and lean, creating a focus on smaller batch sizes, faster feedback from customers, and more iterative ways of working overall. And then lastly is a high focus on customer-focused collaboration that really starts to break down silos and blur the lines across IT and the business from development, operations, and beyond. In light of these shifts, IT is really undergoing major transformation. But that transformation is really hard. I want to share a story of a customer that I worked with recently who was in charge of driving DevOps transformation across the entire organization. This is a large industrial manufacturing company, and this person is the VP of corporate IT, and she shared a story that really highlighted just how challenging this transition has been. On one particular day, she noticed a ticket that entered the service queue, and rather than her normal efforts to try to ensure that that ticket gets followed up on, she decided to just see what happens. After these months of trying to drive cultural shift and a change in thinking, she wanted to see what happens when she sort of just let go. It was sort of that moment of truth when you can see ahead where you're trying to get to, but you want to loosen the grip on the steering wheel and see what happens when you do that. And she was really disappointed to see that that ticket just sat in the queue. And she looked at the queue the next day when she came into the office and it was still there, and the next day and the next day. And it was that realization, that transformation, especially that requires such a cultural shift, is really, really hard. And tooling is certainly not the magic wand to solve all of this, but what we see with a lot of our customers is that legacy tooling often constrains transformation. You're dealing with tools that oftentimes reinforces that siloed knowledge and sharing. It's sort of allowing that SMEs to form within particular teams, and that knowledge is hard to share across those teams. And you feel this when that subject matter expert goes on vacation for a couple of weeks and work just grinds to a halt. And when you try to enable that collaboration across teams, these tools sort of restrict the flow of that information and creates friction across those teams. It's very easy to lose context as you're trying to work across teams because everyone's working in different tools. And the last point is how inflexible oftentimes these tools are to the needs of a really dynamic business. Transformation is not a one-size-fits-all journey or a stepwise process. It's an iterative process. And you need tooling that can be adaptable to wherever your process shifts as you're adapting to what needs to be done. Today we're going to talk about three products, Jira Service Desk, Opsgenie, and Statuspage, that were built on the fundamentals of helping IT transform for this era of modern software. And before diving into all of the new capabilities that we're shipping today, I wanted to do just a brief primer on each of these products. So first is Jira Service Desk, which is our IT service management solution. It's built with principles of collaboration and flexibility and agility in mind from the start. Some of the features that you can expect with Jira Service Desk are a self-service portal, an agent queue that's highly streamlined and collaborative, reporting and clear visibility into your SLAs, workflows that are easily configurable and adaptable to your adapting process, automation that's included within the Jira platform and allows better collaboration across your teams with low or no code capabilities, and finally, and certainly not least, integrated into the Jira platform, allowing you to collaborate more easily and seamlessly with your developers and across operations to even the business. Next is our Opsgenie product, which is our tooling for modern incident management. And some of the capabilities that come within Opsgenie are alerting and on-call management, including integrations with over 200 plus monitoring tools from AppDynamics to AWS to anything you can pretty much think of. Collaboration and communication capabilities that really allow you to swarm effectively when an incident does occur. Investigation and response automation to make that response even more efficient. Postmortem reports to bring you in line with best practices of modern incident management to help you learn and evolve from each particular incident. And then reporting and analytics to give you a sense of where you're going with your incident management process. And then lastly, but certainly not least, is our Statuspage product, which provides a communication platform for all of your stakeholders when downtime inevitably occurs. With Statuspage, you can proactively communicate the status of your services and allow your stakeholders to subscribe to updates. With this capability, you're eliminating duplicated support tickets because everyone stays in the loop. You're able to showcase the reliability of your service and keep users informed when scheduled maintenance occurs. So that's a brief overview on each of these products. And now let's dive into some of the new capabilities that we have in each of these areas. First, I want to highlight Jira Service Desk, our product for IT service management. And today, Jira Service Desk is used by thousands of teams across industries, across enterprise size, from large manufacturing companies like Volkswagen to distributive digital natives like Airbnb. And we're really proud of the feedback that we've gotten from customers, and we continue to evolve our product capabilities to meet the needs of modern IT service management. Today, I'm pleased to share updates in 4 major areas. First, some really exciting capabilities that expand and extend our IT service management solution. Our continued commitment to intuitive and flexible experiences, an open connected platform and some updates there in terms of enabling that, and then allowing and enabling better teaming at scale. But let's start with some of the updates that we have in IT service management. Today, I'm really pleased and excited to share an early access program for our new capabilities in IT service management. With this early access program, what you'll get access to is an improved ITSM specific navigation that helps you route and triage tickets more effectively, an improved incident management capability set, which gives you better and earlier context into incidents so that you can swarm more effectively, and then a really exciting solution around change management, something that you would expect from Atlassian that really allows you to break down the traditional barriers to change management and integrate seamlessly with modern software workflows. Taking a look first in that navigation space, here's what you can expect when you sign up for our early access program: an improved navigation that better aligns with the way in which IT teams need to work. You'll still get the same familiar experience that you come to expect from a Jira product, highly collaborative, easy to navigate, but we've added some additional functionality and navigation to make it easier to figure out where to go for certain practice-specific task and functionality. So for example, queues for incidents, service requests, and changes. And within each of those queues, as I mentioned, are some really powerful capabilities. Let's dive into a few of those. First, let's talk about incident management. And before diving into some of the new areas, let's talk about some of the pains that we see consistently with customers. The reality is that today's systems are highly complex, and it's creating more failure points and variables than ever before. Incidents are almost inevitable, even as these systems are so critical to the business. And yet managing incidents is harder than ever because information is siloed across disparate teams and systems, and connecting these systems is not easy. And because of these disconnected systems, context gets lost really easily. Information flows between emails, tickets, text messages, Slack messages, and more. And with each of those transitions, just a little bit of context gets lost, and it's hard for everyone to understand what to do next. And then the last point is that oftentimes we see customers only taking a traditional queue-based approach, and oftentimes these approaches miss the level of swarming that's needed to resolve an incident quickly. They miss the opportunity to bring the right stakeholders together quickly, and the right tooling can help these customers move faster. With our new incident management capabilities, you're going to see a lot of exciting new capabilities and functionality. One of the first things that you're going to see is that when you've been able to connect our Jira Service Desk instance to an Opsgenie instance, you'll get a lot more context when you're trying to deal with an incident. First, you'll see within the left navigation a clear view into the ongoing major incidents that are being swarmed on within Opsgenie. So you can see both ongoing major incidents as well as past incidents and dive in to learn more about those. Let's say you're a support agent, you've taken a dive into each of those incidents, and you've understood that this new ticket is not related to anything that's ongoing. With our new capabilities, now you can actually create a major incident from directly within Jira Service Desk. So now you can seamlessly connect Jira Service Desk to Opsgenie, and with no context being lost, notify your teams working with an Opsgenie of a major incident that's ongoing. So some really exciting capabilities that help you connect different teams within your IT organization and give them seamless context as they transition and work across an incident. Let's move over to change management and talk about some of the pain points that we see so many customers dealing with. It's that continued pressure to innovate faster, but that pressure to innovate, that's not something new. That's something that we've been dealing with for decades. What is new is that there's some exciting new tech and techniques that open exciting opportunities to break down the traditional barriers, even though sometimes these new capabilities can be a bit uncertain. We've designed a change management approach that really helps break down some of these traditional barriers. And we see some of the pain points when we talk with customers consistently. They're dealing with silo-aligned tools where developers oftentimes have to re-enter information multiple times. Then there's a slow and rigid approval process, and oftentimes it's a result of this lack of context. That means it takes longer to determine if a change is risky or not. Oftentimes changes could be automated with the right level of understanding. And modern software requires multiple tooling components, which are oftentimes just really hard to piece together. Of course, Atlassian has a deep heritage working with developers, helping developers be successful, and that offers us unique insight into how to help connect these difficult challenges in our change management solution. Our integration seamlessly connects with your developer tools, and in this example, I'll show you how a developer working in Bitbucket can create a change request. Once a developer submits their pipeline request, it automatically behind the scenes creates a change request within Jira Service Desk. And now that ticket can provide some fantastic context to the operations team and the change manager who's trying to assess the risk of a potential change in production. Automatically attached to this ticket is service information that we're able to pull from our newly created service graph capability. And then even more powerfully is through the connection between Bitbucket and Jira software, we're also able to automatically attach the relevant Jira software tickets to this particular change ticket. So now your change manager has fantastic context into what this change is about. And not only that, when there's an incident, you can now go back to these changes and understand and connect to a Jira issue and story from right within this ticket. We know that you're dealing with a multitude of tools when it comes to development, And so we've ensured that this capability is not just built within our Atlassian portfolio, but also connects to other popular tooling. So I'm pleased to announce integrations for this capability with CircleCI, Jenkins, and Octopus Deploy. I'm really excited about this early access program. If you'd like to try it out and learn more and sign up, you can go to atlassian.com/ITSMEA. I want to switch over now to talk about our commitment to intuitive, flexible experiences, because last year we announced the new Jira Service Desk experience, or sometimes called NextGen. This was an initiative to ensure that project setup and configuration was even easier, that we can ensure that every team can get access and easily create a service desk experience for their team. And since last year, we've continued to add more and more functionality to our NextGen experience. We have more templates for IT and external customer support. Our workflow editor is much improved and makes it more intuitive to edit your workflows. We've added support for ecosystem apps, including very popular asset management apps like Device42 and Riata. More simplified approvals to really ensure the flow of work, and better tuned roles and permissions administration. All of these are available now in our NextGen templates. If you're interested in NextGen, you can go to our documentation section and learn a lot more about it. What's exciting about all of these commitments to our experience within Jira Service Desk is how these capabilities have been adopted by non-technical teams. Even though Jira Service Desk was originally built for IT teams in the era of modern software, we've seen how business teams have found this functionality important to their work, to really streamline their work. And so in response to that, we've really leaned in and helped these business teams to work better and faster. We've created purpose-built templates and workflows for HR, legal, and facilities teams. Now, whether or not you're in a NextGen template or a classic project, you can create templates for each of these teams that are very specific to the unique needs of HR, legal, and facilities. So you can go right now and try it out. Now I want to shift over to our commitment to an open, connected platform. We recognize that IT is dealing with a complex web of tooling, and it's important that tooling is really connected within the broader ecosystem of tools that you're working within. And as part of that commitment, I wanted to share a few updates in our integrations capability. One is an exciting new integration with Amazon Web Services. I mentioned that many organizations are shifting to the cloud, and shifting to the cloud can be scary if there's not the right governance and compliance in place. And with our new integration with AWS's Service Catalog, now your help seekers can go to your service portal and request access to important AWS services. So from directly within the service portal, they can navigate to a request form for AWS products, fill out a form that you can customize based on your particular need, and submit a request and stay informed as that request is being processed. For the agent, they get a lot of context from the request form, and with one click can determine whether or not this particular request should be approved and automatically provision the AWS service and notify and increase the flow of work for your help seekers working on AWS. In addition to that, we've continued to expand on our integration with Slack as part of our commitment to ensure a collaborative and chat-oriented culture with many of our customers. Slack, as you may know, is a strategic partner to Atlassian, and really pleased to share this early access program as part of this integration with Slack. As part of this, if you're interested, you can now create dedicated help channels, create and manage tickets within Slack, and even as you're communicating with help seekers within Slack, those chat threads will now be synced across Jira Service Desk and Slack. So really powerful functionality that you can start getting your hands on as part of this Slack integration. The last thing I want to highlight is our commitment to improving teaming at scale, especially as we deal with customers that are growing their Jira Service Desk experience. The first is our enhanced automation engine. You may have seen or heard that we acquired a company called CodeBarrel, the makers of Jira for automation for Jira. And with that new capability integrated and woven into the Jira platform, we're excited about an automation engine that's comprehensive and that truly connects automation across development and operations. A unique experience that really reduces toil across these traditionally siloed teams. You can now have faster setup and time to value because of the additional capabilities that come with adding automation for Jira capabilities within the Jira platform, including an additional 28 rules that give you more specificity in your automation rules. And now you don't have to go out and connect other automation apps. You've got it all within the Jira platform. So exciting updates there in terms of automation. And then my last update for today is a feature that I know many of you have been asking for and craving for. It's related to the ability to bulk edit and link. And as an example of what this looks like, let's say you're dealing with your incident queue. You've got a bunch of incidents that have come in. Now with bulk linking, you can go to the related incidents, click them, create the link, search for an appropriate issue, and then create and automatically link all of those issues with one click. I know this is something that has been something that many of you have been asking for, and now it's here. So enjoy. I'm really excited about all of the new capabilities that we've launched within Jira Service Desk. If you'd like to learn more, you can go to our What's New page at this URL here and continue to stay up to date as we take Jira Service Desk to the future of IT service management. With that, let me hand it over to Darren to talk through what's up with Opsgenie and Statuspage. Darren, over to you.
Thanks, Ravi. Hi, everyone. My name is Darren Henry, and I'm going to walk you through the exciting developments in our incident management solutions, Opsgenie and Statuspage. You'll see that incident management is an area that we're making significant investments. So let's start with Opsgenie. These are some of our great customers. Thousands of dev and IT operation teams rely on Opsgenie to help them minimize the business impact of incidents. Now, I recognize that many of you may not be familiar with Opsgenie. It's relatively new to the Atlassian portfolio. So let me take a few minutes and walk you through the basics. At its heart, Opsgenie manages alerts related to your IT services and infrastructure. It centralizes the alerts from monitoring tools, service desk, and logging tools. In fact, out of box, we connect to over 200 different tools. We also provide robust API, webhook, and email integrations. So Opsgenie can ingest any signal that indicates a change in health of service across your IT and dev stack. Once it ingests those signals, Opsgenie can categorize the alerts using a flexible rules engine. It looks at the source of the alert, the information contained within the alert, and the time of day, and it then prioritizes the alert and routes it to the right team. Opsgenie decides how aggressively to notify teams using escalation policies. It determines what to do next if an action is not taken. And then it also maintains your on-call schedules. So this is a basic functionality. It's very easy to set up, and it determines exactly which individual or teams of individuals to notify no matter what time of day. One of the things that makes Opsgenie so powerful is it uses multiple notification channels, including mobile push, SMS, voice calls, emails, and chat tools. And each user can set the notification preferences that are right for them. So Opsgenie ensures that critical alerts are never missed. Once Opsgenie sends the notification, it empowers the responders to take immediate action. This is the mobile app. With a tap of the finger, a responder can acknowledge, escalate, add another responder, or even take a more powerful action like restarting an EC2 instance. I should point out that you're looking at our new mobile interface in its dark mode. This is a much more pleasing interface, especially late at night when you're on call, because it doesn't blind you with a bright screen. Now, major incidents often require multiple teams to work together to restore services, and Opsgenie enables the most efficient collaboration with its Incident Command Center. It's the one central collaboration hub with all the features you need, including video conferencing, a dedicated chat room. You can easily get all your team members across dev, ops, and IT to start communicating and working on the incident. And because Opsgenie tracks everything, when the incident is resolved, you can use deep analytics to generate reports that showcase areas of success and opportunities to improve your processes. Opsgenie also has powerful post-mortem reporting to help you document the incident and share knowledge related to either preventing or responding to similar incidents in the future. So that's how Opsgenie works. Now let me talk about what's new. You'll notice the investments we're making parallel those of Jira Service Desk. We want the solution to be more intuitive, better connected with your other tool sets, and allow greater collaboration at scale. We know that when incidents occur, multiple people are impacted: support engineers, incident responders, development teams, and stakeholders. One of our core beliefs is that by making more information readily available between systems, teams will be empowered to take faster action and minimize the impact of service outages. Ravi already showed you how by surfacing major incident information from Opsgenie into Jira Service Desk helps support agents understand current disruptions. I will now show you other ways that we've improved the passing of information between Opsgenie, Jira Service Desk, and Jira Software. I should start out by pointing we've streamlined the process to connect your Opsgenie with Jira Software, Jira Service Desk, and Bitbucket. By connecting these applications, you'll be able to simplify app switching and user management and seamlessly share information. Today, the cloud application connection has been improved, and soon we'll also improve the connection between Opsgenie and the Jira Server products. Okay, so let's dive back into an incident and see how a more robust connection with Jira will help Opsgenie users. This is a different look at the incident that Ravi described earlier, a problem with an e-commerce service. Datadog may first alert a responder to the problem. The first responder acknowledges the alert and recognizes that it indicates a major incident. Right from the mobile app, they're able to create the corresponding incident. And now Opsgenie then sends an alerts to the necessary teams, prompting everyone to swarm on the problem. The incident responders would then go to Opsgenie and look at the incident details. And we've drastically improved this page to show more information. You can see we have the elapsed time, the impact duration at the top right. All the other critical information is right there as well. You can see the services that are impacted, the number of responders. At the bottom, you can see there's related Jira Software and Jira Service Desk issues. Now, Ravi showed how you could link a customer request to the incident from JSD, but you can also link the requests right here in Opsgenie. Because of the tight integration, as you type, Opsgenie will search dynamically the open JSD tickets, and you can simply link them. It's that easy. Now, similarly, you may want to link or create Jira Software issues, especially if a task is needed to do further investigation or fix an underlying problem. This is extremely easy to do as well. You simply hit Create, and you're able to define how the Jira ticket relates to the incident. You're also able to define which project the ticket will be part of and whether it's a bug, story, task, or epic. You simply type in the description and hit create, and now we have a follow-up task defined right within the incident details of Opsgenie. Now we're also introducing an incredible connection between Opsgenie and Bitbucket that helps teams troubleshoot incidents related to code deployments. You'll notice that incidents are related to services, and by connecting Bitbucket to Opsgenie, you can map those services to Bitbucket repositories. Then, by clicking the Incident Investigation button, you can see the deployments related to those impacted services. The Incident Investigation view provides the successful deployments, the failed deployments, and past incidents related to the impacted services and their dependent services. The halo around each deployment represents the number of commits, and it's easy to select to see each commit and the developers involved. If a deployment is suspected of being a potential cause of the incident, it can be selected and tagged, and then it appears within the incident detail. And by clicking the deployment number, the responders can be taken directly into Bitbucket where they can take appropriate action. For example, they can roll back the deployment. Once the incident is resolved, the potential causes are recorded with the incident and can be documented in the post-mortem report. Opsgenie uses a post-mortem report template that can easily be filled out, and many people are unaware, but you can actually export the post-mortem report to Confluence for knowledge sharing. With the development information within Opsgenie, we can combine deployment and incident response metrics to provide a very unique DevOps performance report. We're able to track and trend deployment frequency, change failure ratio, and mean time to resolve incidents. These are key DevOps metrics. Opsgenie also gives clear indication of deployments versus failures, deployments versus file changes, and service health versus team reaction. Traditionally, this information is stored in disparate systems and it's extremely difficult to aggregate. Opsgenie now provides this view in real time. I mentioned earlier that we're also focused on helping teams collaborate at scale, and we recognize that more and more companies are using Slack to communicate during incidents, so we made improvements to our Slack integration. So we're back at the incident details page, and let me point out a couple things. One of the cool things you can do is quickly see the associated alerts, but right above that, you also have the ability to create a dedicated Slack channel for the incident. All you have to do is provide a channel name and a description. The channel will be created in Slack, the responders will be automatically invited, and one of the features I like is that a header will be created in the channel with all the important information about the incident, including team members, impacted services, and what's cool is if any of the information changes in Opsgenie, the changes will also be reflected here in Slack as well. Now you can take actions such as adding responders or sending status updates, but you can also add stakeholders, update priorities, and resolve the incident as well right from the menus. Now, as comments are made in Slack, some may be important to document. So you can easily tag them and add them back in Opsgenie in the incident timeline. Just by simply tagging each comment, you'll see that comment will be reflected in the timeline right within Opsgenie. So it's always preserved and part of the incident history. So as you can see, we've been very busy with our Opsgenie offering. Never before has there been such rich connections between incident management tools and Jira Software, Jira Service Desk, and Bitbucket. Your teams can troubleshoot and respond faster, keep teams up to date with state changes, and ensure that follow-up work is being documented and tracked. Opsgenie currently has 3 different paid offerings, and while alert and on-call management were available in every plan, incident management capabilities were reserved for our top enterprise plan. But I'm pleased to announce that we've made the incident level capabilities more readily available. Now all paid users will be able to create incidents, map them to services, and link and create Jira issues directly from Opsgenie. Now let's move on to Statuspage, our incident communication solution. Statuspage's mission is to build trust with every incident. It proactively communicates service disruptions to your customers and stakeholders. And some of the best companies in the world depend on Statuspage. In fact, I bet your businesses depend on many of these companies like New Relic, Dropbox, and Twilio, who use hosted web pages created by Statuspage to communicate service disruptions and downtime. Statuspage also communicates by sending emails and SMS messages to subscribed followers and even post Twitter messages when there's an outage. It can even embed the information onto other pages or within applications, so your customers gain confidence that you're aware of problems and actively working on solutions. You protect your reputation, show that you value your customers' time, and deflect multiple service requests when there's an incident. Now, if you're not familiar with Statuspage, we've recently simplified the interface and made it more consistent with the other Atlassian applications. It's extremely simple to use, but very powerful. In fact, our customers have asked us for more control over what each user is able to do. As a company grows, there's a need for role-based permissions, and I'm happy to announce that later this year we'll introduce this new capability. With role-based access control, you can assign the appropriate access to each individual. Some people may be responsible for all the status page end-to-end. Others may be able to only communicate incidents related to specific services. The administrators can edit the permission for each user and even assign them as new users are added to Statuspage. We also recognize that larger organizations have customers with different needs. Groups of end users may be interested in different services or products, they may be part of different service regions, or they may simply have a different relationship where it's important to vary the way that information is shared. Earlier this year, we introduced audience-specific pages. Audience-specific pages offer the ability to designate viewing and subscription permissions to pre-specified users and groups. You have greater control over what each user sees and what notifications they receive. And finally, we've already seen some of the benefits of connecting Opsgenie to Jira software. We're also creating deeper integrations between Statuspage and other Atlassian products. There's already an integration between Statuspage and Opsgenie, but soon you'll have the ability to create Statuspage incidents or update the incident directly within Jira software. So when a bug is reported in Jira or you have an issue related to an incident, you can quickly update the status page right from within the Jira interface. A form will pop up prompting the required information, and as the incident is posted or updated, it is linked to the Jira issue. In fact, you can see the linked Jira issue right here within the status page interface. This new integration saves valuable time, keeping your customers in the know, and helps deflect those redundant tickets. So there's a lot of great new capabilities in Statuspage. One upcoming enhancement that I'm very excited about is our new free plan that will launch later this year. Today, you're able to evaluate Statuspage for free, but you cannot publish a public page until you become a paid user. With our new free plan, small companies can experience the core capabilities of Statuspage and publish a public page so that they can see firsthand the benefits of proactive incident communication. Wow, we've covered a lot, and there's so much more information we'd love to share. But here are some suggestions for next steps. If you're not familiar with any of the products we discussed today, I recommend that you sign up for a free evaluation. JSD customers can also sign up for the early access program that Ravi described. Further, we have great resources around ITIL, incident management, and incident communications. I encourage you to explore these offerings and learn the best practices and tips and tricks. This concludes our presentation. I want to thank Ravi for presenting with me, and I want to thank you for spending time with us, learning more about Jira Service Desk, Opsgenie, and Statuspage. Thank you.